Hey guys, I am gonna allow fans of The Secret to just get off this video for a few seconds. Not that I don't want you just, it might be comparable to me watching like a Rick, Richard Jenkins video where it's like, hey, I like that video. But the thing is, I think the problem with The Secret, and I'm not blaming that for my bad behavior, I'm not. But I watched it a lot when I was in my early 20s. It was on Netflix, so it was easy access. And so there's this premise that you can have what you want like that. Someone snap their fingers for me, please. But, and so, and I do believe in miracles. I do believe in the person who says, you know what, Lord, I need that money for my rent, or I need that job opportunity, please help me, and it goes that way. I do honestly 100% believe in that. But when you make that the when it's completely from like desperation, then it's not good. And that's where I was coming from. Like, I'm just so desperate to have the life that my able-minded perspective kind of dreams of. And the whole but in truth, I mean, you can have beautiful relationships, you can have restored health, I do believe that. But when it comes to The Secret, or people who promote, and again, I'm sorry if this is your deal, but people who promote like the prosperity gospel, it kind of promotes like this self-centered, I should get entitlement towards, things that you want rather than being grateful for what you need. And obviously I needed my parents to check that blind spot. To say, hey, you know what, going on GoFundMe, a place that people use when they can't pay their bills, and saying, I want to go on a trip. Not the person you want to be, we know you, kind of thing. And yeah. So it's just, but it's hard, cause the meritocracy does get in your head. You can be anything, and I'm like, you know how hard it is for me to find a job. Either I find a job and then I get to the first and second interview, and they're like, oh, you're in that wheelchair. Oh, I see. Wasn't expecting that. Unfortunately, and so that's kind of why I can get sort of desperate, I think, when it comes to the miracle, and I know that apprenticeship was a miracle, that they took my idea, and I just, and I'm working with it now, and I have every faith in it. In the next few months, a lot of my life is waiting, and the problem is, I'm like an Inigo Montoya. Like, I hate waiting. And even when I tried to toss down the ropes, if you've ever seen the movie The Princess Bride, even then the person's like, yeah, you can't grab on. You know, you you can't throw it the way I need you to throw it. So if like I'm not even gonna come up now, and then it's just like just having one of those moments, and I just I was trying so hard because my dad just retired, and so I was trying to find ways to, you know, actually work towards my dream and not just, you know, think it through, but actually work for ways to do it. And not add to my parents' schedule so much, because now that he's retired, my mom should be retired too, you know, kind of thing. And it's just, and a friend told me once, and I absolutely hated it, and I've been trying to run away from this ever since, that people with disabilities only can expect cheese and crackers. Like, bare minimum, not even subsistence. And it was like, no, I'll prove you otherwise. You know, and I tried to, but it just gets hard when you look up places and even the most successful sounding things, like a person saying hi at Walmart isn't available right now close to where I live, and I know that means other good things are on the way. It's just one of those times where it's like, I'm trying. And people are like, just be you all the time, and I try to be me, and then people tell me no because of structural barriers, they're tired, or whatever the case may be, and it's just like, I'm so frustrated right now. And then I don't want to lose the people I'm actually helping on here, because I have positive attitude, you know, and I don't want to lose them because I'm having a few more moments where my disability reality is turning out to be more of a desert. And I've gone through, like, actually my family has. Our family has kind of gone through, like, plus COVID, we've gone through a couple years of like, really, like, okay now, we, uh, we could use a break. It feels like the 4 years are up, you know, like, it feels like it's been 80. So, it's just one of those things, but at the same time, I feel really conflicted whenever I have these feelings. Not only because I don't want to let people down, that's the main thing, but because that was the main view that gave me complex PTSD, you know, when I was talking to other people. And so, yeah, that is just. And so, yeah, that's kind of the longer, common explanation of what went on today. It's just feeling stressed because I want to live those dreams too. Like, no, it's not the be all and all for me to have like a beach vacation every year, to have a house in this location, but it's just, it would be nice to be human and to have a couple of those dreams. And I guess part of it too is I'm addicted to the instant miracle idea, because everything and I'm sorry to sound like this, but my life has been, and partially a lot of it when I wasn't a kid, when it was my fault, but not fault, that's a strong word, but it was my doing. is I've always had to feel like I had to work for like everything, to work to prove um I have an intelligence, proof to explain to people that I can articulate these thoughts and prove to people that my life isn't, and like this, and I watch those movies, I watch those kind of red to riches stories, and yeah, I caught the bug, and so I'm trying to, and all these people like Tony Robbins fellows like secret. It's all fun and good, but it's just kind of like it puts the onus on the individual rather than acknowledging that there are social structures out there that maybe other people need to pay attention to as well. You know? I'm sorry, I'll put this in one of my videos, but it's just like, I want my dreams to come true. I want to be a philanthropist, and that's the big thing. It wasn't alien. I just, people are like, you need to think for yourself more, and well, not think for yourself, but you're like, treat yourself. And so you deal with this big dream, and it comes off selfish because I'm tired and I didn't recognize that I was skill depleted, and looking to this trip as a way to escape the fact that I'm still kind of smiling from everything, and wanting to make this like this eat, pray, love kind of story where I would just go away for a few months and come back completely fine. And I have to understand, just like I have to understand with the secret, that that's not gonna happen in Italy. Healing's not gonna happen in Italy. It's not gonna happen here if I keep expecting something else other than my own feel and my own practice at feeling better to do it. I hope this doesn't sound too contradictory, but it's like I've as as my mom often says when we hear stories like this, it's like you can go away, but you still can't be stuck with you. You have to deal with what's in you first, and I've been trying. I have. And also, a bit of a confession here, guys. I think the reason I sometimes get frustrated is I love the hearts. I love the compassion. I really appreciate really do. There's just points where it's like, could you just make a goal to look at accessibility when you're walking around? Like, could you just, I understand disability is one of those things where it's like, what do I say? I get that. I'm the same when somebody's in grief. I feel like I have to say something when the best thing, for me at least, is if you could just, grief and otherwise, if you could just help me out by doing something concrete, like, that would be great. It only doesn't have to be huge, it just has to be, opening a door for person after asking them, It doesn't have to be huge, But or not even, if you could just ask me after I had one of the more serious advocacy videos, is there anything I can do? That would be awesome, because then I feel like you're listening, and not just absorbing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna sound like a chick for a second. Listening and not just watching, because there is a difference there. I don't need everybody to be touring gross for the full time. I mean, this is getting quite long anyways, but sometimes when I'm talking about serious stuff, it's kind of like, it would be really nice to see some people going to deeper comments, deeper discussion. So, yeah. I hope that wasn't too boring. I hope that wasn't too whiny. I tried to joke about it, but sometimes it gets me to talking. And I hope that this helps somebody somehow. Anyway, God bless. Love you. Goodbye. For now.